Welcome to the Middle Sisters, where we dive into the middle of everything. Our podcast is about our family, life, laughter, and our sisterhood in midlife.
Yep. Okay, number 15, right?
This is episode 15. And while we're recording our last episode, our sister Jill, who is the fifth child in our family, she did a live call in. So we're inviting her to come and visit with us so she can tell us her side of the story.
All right. There she is, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Here, Jill?
You're in.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that.
It's fine.
So, Jill, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you at in your life right now?
Peaceful. I just spend the day going and getting coffee and tea with Sammy, gardening, always cooking and baking something, spending time with our pets, loving our new ragdoll cat.
How old is Sammy now?
Sammy will be, well, she's 20. She'll be 21 on her next birthday. Cutter is turning 18 on the 10th, so I'll have two
November 10th.
adults.
Oh, nice.
And we're honestly just loving life. And
Good.
I really can't complain other than I'm always in distress over family squabbles.
Jill, are you still substitute teaching also?
Yes. And I do the cookies, not so much cakes anymore, but
you make fabulous, beautiful,
a little micro bakery with the cookies. And
yeah,
we just, we have our friends and our favorite local coffee shops and restaurants all around town that we frequent. And
yeah, tell me about that boutique you put your cookies in. What was the name of it?
I won't say the name.
Oh, okay. You don't want to advertise?
It's a local coffee shop.
And so you're out in
or do you want to advertise your cake shop or not?
No, because I just do pre-sales. So I don't do any kind of need for advertising it, really. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we were just saying that you're in a nice little niche with your little North Scottsdale, South Phoenix, or where are you at? North Phoenix?
Yeah, North Scottsdale. I'm more of a hobbyist, so I like to go at my own pace. And that's just where I want it. So I'm not really interested in marketing it.
Yeah. Well, you're very creative, and she sings and does these cakes and
no, and I've always appreciated the family support when it comes to all of the, passions that I have with singing and my crafting and all that. So
that's right. You sang for years. You were doing little coffee shop gigs, right?
Yeah, I mean, hard rock was probably my biggest gig, but
nice. I always said that Jill looks like Claudia Schiffer. Remember those early years? Yeah.
She does.
The blonde hair, the blue eyes,
I got Claudia, Nicole Kidman. People said a couple.
Nicole Kidman too.
Mitzi said Kirsten Dunst. I don't really see that, but
maybe when you were younger.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. So Jill and I are the two blonde, blue-eyed ones, where the other, 4 siblings are brunettes with brown eyes. So Jill and I have the beauty, our one true beauties. Mitzi and I were talking about Little Women the other day.
As opposed to the other.
Jill, I think you and me like Joe and what is Kirsten?
Yeah, what did Kirsten Dunst played the youngest one?
Yeah, Amy. We're Joe and Amy. Where Amy goes, Joe, you're one beauty. You cut your hair. You're one beauty, and she just goes. She does like a double take and just go, okay.
I don't know. It's tough. I don't really like making those comparisons because I don't think that really needy younger sister. The latest Little Women, the Joe version, and that one I feel like I can identify with. But the older one that you're referring to with what's her name?
Winona
Yeah,
Ryder.
Winona. That I can see is similar to Mitzi, but I would have never done anything psychotic like burning somebody's book.
Well, if you take the times you took my clothes and wore them and then ruined them, I guess you could just say that.
That's right. I had college roommates that did that too.
See, I feel like for everything someone in this family can accuse me of, I can throw 10 things back.
Well, we're talking about something simple.
But I don't like to be dirty.
Stuff.
That's kind of your guys' thing. Where I'm shocked.
Well,
all
Jill,
the time at how everybody's treated each other.
How many years apart are you and Mitzi?
I wrote it all in my book. My book that's going to come out.
Okay, but it's got to be true.
How many years are between you and Mitzi?
I think 3.
3. So close to like you and I.
Yeah, you and I just have a few more months. 3.5 or something. So, yeah, I think.
Did you feel like Mitzi was like the oldest? You're like a middle child and Debbie was the youngest? Did you feel like you were a separate family? No?
I think Mitzi wanted to be older.
I wanted to be oldest.
Debbie and I never gave her that authority.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think she liked that very much.
Mitzi didn't earn that authority.
We just didn't give it to her.
The problem with those younger 3 is that Dad treated me like a foreman, like how Uncle Steve was. That's why it's like it's a setup. He's like, you're like Uncle Steve, and he hates Uncle Steve.
Well,
so I was treated
he doesn't hate him. He just thought he was unfair to him, or bossy.
Always unfair. But it comes from the parents, and so you just, as a kid, you do what you're told to do. He's like, don't let Jill get
he bossed all of us around. You weren't special. We were all.
I'm not saying that. But he didn't tell, I think, Wendi and Afton to.
Dad never told me anything.
I feel like Mitzi's always looking for a way to paint this picture that she had it really hard and she had it so much easier than the rest of us. And you know why? Because she was very strong and she demanded better from Dad, and he would cave. He would give in to her. Mom was so overly permissive. He got away with murder, but here you had Mitzi like, no, you're going to do this and you're going to buy that. So when Mitzi acts like,
tell me with what exactly?
For me, I think that's what throws everybody off, because it's like, but you didn't have it bad. You had it pretty good.
I didn't have it bad.
No.
Really?
Dad,
so when we had to move out too and go to live at
you paid for your rent.
Boyfriend's friends.
Come on. You know,
that is so unfair. I can't believe it.
You know, you're strong. So you have a way of getting what you want.
Well, we're not here to fight. We all had our own like troubles. Like Jill, you were kicked out of the house.
Mitzi for no reason. I did nothing wrong. So
I was old enough.
Yeah, Mitzi was already graduated
and I
from high school.
Horrible leaving Jill and Debbie there with them.
But see, that's what's so mysterious to me.
I was a kid.
You feel horrible, but you didn't ever really treat us right.
Well, I'm a kid.
I feel horrible for you guys.
All right, spoiling you.
I have to intervene.
Stuff.
Yeah, because I'm not doing it.
But Jill, also
you have reality stuff.
You also need to realize Mitzi was a child herself. She was a young, 16, 17, 18 when she's trying to help Mom through her divorce while Mom's highly emotional.
I'm trying just to live my own life as a kid. I was busy at work and school and my friends, and you've hated me because I just lived a life as a teenager, like as though I was supposed to save you from your life.
And this is
I'm sure that's what it was.
Well, and this is a good example because Mitzi was mad at me for years because one day her and Jennifer and some friends said,
I wasn't mad at you for years.
Well, we settled this. Remember a while ago I said,
just because I say, oh, Afton, you didn't pick us up.
Yeah, you didn't pick us up and take us to the mall when you said
you. I said that to you twice.
No, but we've talked about how you have to reconcile it. You have to say, yes, that did happen. Yes, and I was like, I was a teenager in my own world.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything from you.
No, and that's what we're saying is as adults, we're like, oh, we look back and we're like, oh, we had so many high
I
expectations.
don't expect anything from anybody. It's just life. It's what happened. You learn from it,
Anyway.
you learn what not to do.
Yeah, but back then.
This all turns back on talking about Mitzi as usual.
Well,
no, okay, go back. Well, Jill, I'm going to cut in. Reaming me and acting like
okay.
I'm
Let's talk. Let's talk about Jill.
Well, maybe don't get so defensive. Maybe just own some
let's
of
talk
it.
about how horrible I am.
Nobody's perfect, and don't be so insecure if somebody gives you one little criticism. You don't have to have like everything doesn't have to be a slight. Have some security. Okay. You're a grown woman now. It's okay if somebody finds fault. People do it to me all the time. Do I fold and give up on? No.
You just send text all of us.
So, Jill, you got your degree from ASU, and what was it? Marriage and Family Studies?
It's the title, the official title is like Human and Child Development Relationship Science, and I emphasized in marriage and family therapy.
Oh, okay.
The intent was to get certified, get my master's, and get licensed to be a therapist, but I had my children. Kind of put getting the master's and the license on the side.
So you're fascinated by the field of like therapy, psychology.
And I continued my education outside of university, and I just kept reading books because I was always so passionate about the topic and the field. And I wanted to get back into it. So I wanted to stay, current with info and any new developments in that area. But
so our family focuses a lot on narcissism, right? Because Mitzi and I have talked about how we feel like mom and dad are both narcissistic in their own way, differently.
Everybody is in their own way to some degree. There's just varying degrees of it.
Yeah. So how would you define narcissism?
Well, you have classic, covert, malignant. There's different categories. And there's different traits that fall under each umbrella to then see which, who you're talking to or analyzing. Mm-hmm. Therapists during their assessment will pick up on, okay, their traits fall under this category. You're either classic, covert, malignant.
So I also realize how we turn topics into us. I realized as I was out there teaching, I'd be like, oh, I can relate to you. Yeah. Let me tell you a story about me. Mm-hmm. And I did not realize that that's narcissism, where you're like hearing somebody's story. And I always thought you're just making a connection to them to tell your story, like, oh, you're not alone. But in a way, it's like when you turn the story back to focus on you.
Some of that is harmless, but a therapist will look at the frequency and intensity. So if you do it here and there, you're human. We all do it. But if that's what you always do and other people are kind of giving you feedback like, hey, you do this a lot, then that's something you need to have the self-awareness of, to say, okay, can I take this criticism and work on it?
So we think dad has grandiose narcissism in a way where it's very self-confident.
He's right about everything. He knows guru on everything.
Bragging about this. I did this.
And everyone else is at fault and to blame.
But then we also think mom has a vulnerable narcissism because of her childhood neglect. She wasn't abused, but she was more like her mother dying at age 10. The world kind of like stopped for her, and she was kind of abandoned.
I don't know if it's fair to say she's a narcissist. Would you just say she's an empath though? Because narcissists do seek out empaths, and that's where I think we see her as selfish, because she's so empathetic to dad that's why we're neglected. So I would say she's more of an empath.
So she's overly permissive and
codependent.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take her as codependent. But with her religion, this demand that Christianity has to forgive people, stable people require some measure of that person's remorse, an apology, action to show they've seen the error of their ways, they're seeking your forgiveness. That's a more healthy path than just being overly permissive, forgiving somebody because you're afraid of losing them, you're afraid of losing their love. That's not healthy. So you could
Right.
call that codependence, but it's really just she's not letting him chase her and seek forgiveness from her so that
And I
he can see, hey, this is what I did wrong. I need to not do it again. This woman is not going to allow me back into her life and have access to her and our children if I don't shape up. Now, I know a lot of Christians and Jewish community, like they would not allow a man to get away with what dad did without some
right.
action, without some like seeking forgiveness and making it up to her. She never required that.
Well, right, but do you have
It's
any
true.
compassion for her when it comes to she doesn't want to be alone? I mean, she was alone for what, 15 years.
Of
She didn't
course,
find
but if
anybody
you
else.
don't make like
At peace with
men
her being
or children learn consequences, they will repeat it. And then is
It's
that good
true.
for you and your children?
Well, what I look at as a codependent person is someone who's trying to change the other person that they're with. Like, you need to think like me, you need to be
Yeah.
like me. And that's kind of where I'm coming from, where they cannot just let each other live. They both want to convince each other to like look at their side. And so
Yeah.
our parents are polar opposites, correct?
Yeah.
Well,
I'd
I
say so.
don't see mom as a narcissist. I see her as a nurse, somebody who's just like a Mother Teresa, like just very, like she should have been a nun. She has that very nun energy where so spiritual, so nurse like. She's here to save everyone's soul, and just love is the answer for
Savior,
Right.
everything.
you got a savior complex too.
But you have
We
to
love
be
our mother.
logical. Not
Right. But that's
everything can
why
be
you're
spiritual
at
and
peace.
emotional.
You're at peace then with her being with dad.
No.
Because that's who she is, though.
And
You
the
have to.
only reason I'm not at peace is because of the way he's been allowed to disrespect me as a mother, a woman, my situation, him meddling when if he had just come back in the family, been a good grandpa, gentle, decent dad, and he was like, hey, I'm going to treat your mother with more love and respect. I'm not going to put you guys through, then I would have been fine with it. But he didn't.
Well, I
He
remember
came
Jill
back
after mom and
in,
dad.
he carried on this nonsense of,
Yeah, he tried to pit us against each other as adults. That's why I think we went through a period of time where all of this were. I'm like, why are we not becoming better with each other?
Oh,
Like what? I
competitive.
think now I didn't listen to dad, but I think that if you followed dad and did what because he said a lot of things. Like Afton has stories of, oh, Afton, it's okay to have an affair when she's got her,
Sick
sick
husband.
husband. And Afton's like,
planes.
that's
I
the
should close my
last thing
window.
I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that that sort of just is in your mind. And he talks about all of us as though we've done way worse than him to each other and all the time. And so I think that's where it's been very difficult.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
and
where
to add layers to it, I had to deal with this boy brotherhood of all of your husbands with the dad. And then my unique situation, I couldn't compete with everybody. So I had to I was like kind of pushed out. And
you mean when you're
what
married
was
to
I going to do? I'm not going to
Autonomy
marry somebody to please my family and get acceptance from
with
our parents who did not have a normal marriage life themselves. Like, that's ridiculous.
hey puppy, stop it. Well, I do think that dad definitely has more of that boys club with Jeff and Rich, because I do think he has some animosity towards you and me especially. And so he makes it very clear, like he just said that to me yesterday, like, oh, well, Jeff will always be my son-in-law. Like he's always acting like he likes him, loves him more than me.
Oh, he likes the boys,
and he's done the same to
more.
you. So I just think there is something I don't know.
He did that, and all of you guys have taken turns doing that. So imagine my awkward position where I'm dealing with all of you playing that game, and
we've all said, hey, if you need to go find somebody to love, it's fine.
it's been both.
So,
There's been a lot of flip-flopping.
So, Jill, you've been in 2 marriages, and then you and Rich have the 2 kids together.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you content right now, or you still want more out of life?
I'm content. I have dated a lot. I've seen and experienced a lot. So I'm still hopeful that the right partner is out there for me, but I'm not actively out there. Um, it's just kind of tough knowing where to meet somebody who's aligned with
Jill or
you.
Mitzi's in that same boat right now, being
I
50. Like,
don't
there's no one out there really.
I don't need to be like this domineering woman, but I don't do well with overly domineering men that are very controlling either. I definitely know I need to be with somebody who's more of a gentle. I think the right person for me is like a gentle giant. Like he definitely needs to be taller than me. I have had enough of these guys that take their
You're
pain and
5'11".
anger out on me when here I'm like, I'm having
Right.
compassion, I'm choosing you, and other women would pass you over. And then they treated me worse than the taller guys. I was like, okay, I didn't really bank on that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
I
you're
think
still
I
searching
I
for
have
the
somewhat
Mr.
of
Right.
a panic nervous system disorder. So I definitely need to be around somebody who helps me relax and add value to my life. I can't do like what mom does, where it's just all about love and head in the clouds and love will save all. It's like, no, there has to be a logical kind of business side to
Mm-hmm.
it because I do bring something to the table. And I just could never let a guy use me the way.
I don't mind a guy using me.
It's like any man you want to use it.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. But you
I
have to
do.
like have
I feel.
options.
I know it sounds condescending, but I do feel bad for all of you because I think you guys did
Well,
pick
so
up
what
on
you're
some of
saying is
mom's
you
patterns
were
where
married
you're
for
like,
money,
"Oh, just
not
love
love.
the guy. Don't care about all the." It's like, no, you have to protect yourself. Like
Well,
what?
no, sometimes you fall in love with somebody
Yeah.
and you don't have
And
anything.
it's just
Neither one
emotion.
of you have
Yeah.
anything, and so you build together. So I
But
don't
you're
know.
saying you want a guy to take care of you.
No, I
And
just
that's
look at it
real.
like if he doesn't have anything, he's manipulating you, and you're going to be winding up doing 50-50, paying half the rent, and you're just, it's like, what? You women are not taught to value
Well, hold
yourself
on.
and
What
what you
about
bring to the
women that
table.
want a career and that they want to be making the money? I mean, there's plenty of relationships I know that
That's
have
not you
worked.
guys. That's not the
That's
Hozak women. I don't care
Oh
about
no,
these
I
women
like
out
to
there.
work.
I'm
Afton
talking
needs to
about,
I
work.
get stir crazy. Look at me. I'm like, let's create a podcast.
See,
Let's
and
do
I'm a
business.
homebody. I
but
can find
that's
plenty of
not
things.
really work because you're doing it kind of for fun.
Well, I
If
taught
you,
school for 15 years, so
but you
that
have
was
to.
work.
Afton knows what she wants
That
and
wasn't
likes.
really your choice, Afton. You kind of had to do that.
Don't tell
Well,
Afton what is her choice.
it's
Don't
okay.
tell
It's
Afton
not
who
about
she
me.
is.
No, it's all about opportunities that come into your lap. Like if something presents itself, yeah, and it feels good, I took it. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed it while I was in it. Then the last few years it was not enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, this is harder. My health is tanking. So there you have to have these signs to say, okay, I need to do something else because I need to focus on my health.
But you do love being out and about
Yeah,
and being in church and
being home, I get stir crazy.
friends, and so that is her personality and she enjoys it.
I'm talking about having to. Like if you worked and your husband was like, that money you make is all for you. None of that's coming to the bills or vacations or anything. That's just all for you. He's covering everything. That's what
I
I'm
think we
talking
need
about.
an
Well,
Elon
sure,
Musk
sure,
or
that's
A
ideal. Don't say
husband
business.
who is a provider
Soros. Or what's
mentality,
that?
and he takes pride in providing for his family. And I just feel like when you have a mom that says, "Oh, if I could have that man, I would go through anything."
Well, that's
I'm
love.
over here like, what?
You know what? I love
That's
that mom
totally
loves
a foreign, like,
you. Don't think
ambition
that's
for me.
inspiring?
I don't look
That
at
women
love and relationships like that
love.
at all. Like,
But Jill,
he has
you learned
to
that.
take my
Because
stress away, or he
you
doesn't get
may
access to my heart.
Would it ever be enough? Because you have had men buy you plenty and take
No,
you out.
there is such a thing as enough with me, but I am big on gentleness, like tenderness and respect, and actual genuine love. And a lot of men that have pursued me, they had an agenda. They love bombed me, gave me gifts, trips, pretended in the beginning, and then after a few months, it's like they either start being disrespectful for no
Well, they
reason,
didn't want to do
What?
the
or
house.
Did they tease you, or what's
or they were
disrespect?
flip-floppers. They would act so all in and wanting to get married too soon, and I'm like, I've done that. Can we just become best friends and spend time? Like, we both have kids. Let's not be reckless and irresponsible. And I think it was like their ego didn't like that I wasn't falling in head over heels in love right away. It's like, that's just not
Did you
my
have you
personality
ever fallen
anyway.
in love? Would you say?
Yes.
Yeah, did you ever fall in love with either one of your husbands?
I wasn't. Well, I was in love with Bobby, but I do think I was very young. And did I realistically know what love was? No.
Right.
But Jerry, yeah, it was tough with him. He was significantly older. He kind of didn't treat me right after I moved in. So
Yeah,
there were
he's
tons
always
of
trying
red
to guide you.
flags. But I gave it my best. I still was a very committed wife and, helped with my stepson. And I know I was a good wife to these guys. They're the ones who screwed it up. They
So,
were,
Jill, let's go back to our
Nothing on
childhood.
your end.
Do you have
well,
any
in
childhood
terms of like
memory?
commitment and loyalty, they were the first to go cheat, the first to stray. Jerry drank way too much, got mean. I
Mm.
if I got passive aggressive, it's like, well, excuse me, you are, certainly doing your fair share to kind of push me in that direction. That's what I mean. I don't do well with aggressive men that are too domineering because it's like,
Mm.
I'll shut down and then I will quietly disappear
And you
because
leave.
I tried to communicate and I got hurt.
Jill, do you have a
So,
childhood memory that comes to mind?
Wait, good or bad?
you
Are you
I mean,
just
know,
just
throwing it out
anything.
there?
the
Yeah,
way
any
I
good memories you
describe
got?
my child, yes, like sledding in Colorado, it was like Norman Rockwell winters, jumping off the trampoline into the
Mhm.
snow. I have
Oh,
so
yes.
many wonderful memories of family time. I think that's why I get so affected and heartbroken and emotional when we fight, and I just can't. I can't deal with it. It hurts me too much when people in this family don't understand me because I have those childhood memories of when we were close and happy. And
And
then
why?
when
And
we
why
moved to
some
Arizona, it just
people
all went
randomly?
downhill.
And
Arizona
Jill,
was like just
you're
the
funny.
start of hell.
I think Jill,
Jill,
yeah, when
you're
you got your
comedic.
funny side and not take life or yourself too seriously, that's where you really shine. I think that you've just got stuck in
Okay,
this
so I
serious.
don't really care where Mitzi thinks I shine. I love the way
Oh,
she talks. Like she says,
I'm aware how much
this
you hate me and blame me for your
like
life.
I don't hate you, but I think you
Oh yeah.
could afford to practice some
Well, Jill,
Again,
you
she
subtlety.
wants to
lie about
change
me.
you.
You
Well,
Right.
she
said
wants to
the
You want to
change
same
you.
change me,
things
you lie
to
about
me
me.
over and over, and it's like
So,
I am
Jill,
not here to be perfect for you or anybody else.
Nobody's wanting
we
that.
need Jill to come on another time when she's slapstick funny because
Yes.
Jill will
Well, Jill and Debbie
impersonate.
used to be just
Oh,
they
I'm the
were
funniest in the family by far because I've been through the most. That's
Yeah,
usually what it takes is
you can make
hard.
fun
well,
of
Jill and I'll
anything.
agree. I do think you were treated the worst by Dad.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mhm.
I've always said
I
this.
agree with
The
that
thing is,
too.
you just want to beat us all up for what Dad
Mitzi
did.
doesn't want to take any accountability for that,
Wait,
though.
what did I? Yes, I want to hear what I
Again,
do
she was
in
a
Anyway,
child,
particular.
and so children should not have to raise their siblings like that.
anyway,
Right.
Afton, do you have any other questions
Practically
regarding
spoiled.
Um, I
the
know.
men in my
Well,
life or
I
my?
do want to talk about a memory that we all had. We were older. I can't remember
Yeah.
your age, but Wendy was living in Colorado Springs. She just had Angie, and
Mm-hmm.
we went to go visit. We all stayed, I think, in her basement. And she had like a Stampin' Up party, and we went to see the gardeners.
Yeah.
And we had a little journal, and we kept writing back and forth to each other and how
I
much
actually
we
remember
loved each
standing
other.
up for Mitzi on that trip because Wendi was trying to say some girl at church was like a sister to her, and I guess that hurt Mitzi's feelings.
No, what
It
hurt me
did.
is you accused my boyfriend of molesting you.
And he did in fact do
Right.
that. But anyway,
Okay.
that's a whole other podcast episode that you're
Get
still,
him, get him on
Well,
that.
you
that's
need
him
to work on
seeing
your
Of course,
denial
all my
of
boyfriends
that.
want to
But I
molest
stood
Okay.
up
me.
for Mitzi because I was like, Wendi, you do need to be a little more considerate that you actually have blood sisters that are, sensitive and their parents have gone through,
Mhm.
divorce that
Yeah,
you didn't
Jill,
have
I
to
was
deal with.
criticized.
And so it's like we're always trying to teach Wendi, like, be more mindful and considerate. You had a different family parental experience than we had, and be sensitive to us.
Yes,
And
because she looked at Dad with rose-colored
Colored
glasses.
glasses.
And so, yes, and Mitzi was sensitive at that moment where she's like, I just want to go home now.
Yeah, because Wendy's like, she's a sister to me. She's a sister. Because Wendy gets really hyped up, and
yeah,
we're
it's
all
hyper.
traveling, spending money to go see her. And her whole deal was this other
I have all these
girl that doesn't
substitute
even.
sisters.
Yeah, she's a sister. She's a sister. I'm just looking at her like, what's your. Okay.
Oh,
Who
I
am I?
made her a whole cake one year. Just, I don't know, it's recent. And we were going to drive it all the way out to her house. And she texts me, like, oh, I have this friend coming over to you guys. Think that maybe you can only stay for an hour. It's like, yeah, we're going to make this whole cake, drive an hour to bring it out to you just so that we can get out of your hair so you can visit with this other friend.
Well,
I
that's
just
why
told her, forget
she's
it.
autistic
Just
as an
enjoy the
adult.
day with your other friend.
Well,
No,
she overschedules herself. That's
Well,
what we
she's
know.
having to deprogram herself from being like that. Her
yeah, but you have to prioritize who's important in your life. And if you
Correct.
invite one person over, you don't kick them over, even though we just did that to her today. Sorry, Wendi, that was karma, I guess, for you.
Oh, she's
I
not a
called
good
in and kicked you
boy.
off the podcast. No, I have no ill will toward anybody. I want everyone to have love
We
and
won't get any
peace.
more hate texts.
But I did want to kind of go back to the men in my life, because what I did want to address with you guys that is always irritating to me. And I don't know if it's just part of the whole brainwashing with the religion that you guys grew up in, but
That
what
you
is
grew up
up with always taking the guy's side? If I say anything about any
in.
failed relationship or man, you guys are right there to say,
Not
well,
true.
it's
Mitzi
only
got
about
divorced
your
this
fault.
year, remember?
Yeah,
You
not
need to
true at all.
understand that it re-traumatizes somebody when
You
you
just want us
say
to
stuff
hate
like that.
people for you. That's the problem. We're
Okay,
not
you
going to
guys are
hate
man
people for
haters.
you.
I learned
Believe me,
this
you
Now,
guys.
see
in my
how you
marriage. I
guys
watched you
do?
guys hate
That's
men.
emotional abuse.
Often, you don't. What do you mean? I
You-
put up with someone who hated me for 25 years.
I know. Don't you think you have like
And I had
this
enough love to just keep it going and try to make it work.
this like
It's not fair.
disdain for most men though?
No.
No. Okay.
I
Jill
love
does
men.
then.
No,
No, I
Jill's the
don't,
one who
Afton.
dudes like crazy.
You know who I
want
have
you to
disdain
hear
for?
it.
See, this is how we get in
I
trouble.
want
We
you
use
to hear this very
generalization.
clearly. Okay? I
Okay.
have disdain for abusive men. If
Okay.
I've told my family somebody was abusive to me, I do expect my family to be in my corner
Of
and
course.
understand and hear me. I shouldn't ever have to repeat that. You guys should have enough
I agree.
compassion and empathy and love
Okay,
for
so let me back
me,
up.
I
your
do agree
sister,
that when
your
you're saying
daughter, to hear me when I say this husband or this boyfriend wronged me.
of
Betrayal,
course, Jill. How many times
cheating,
have I said, of course, nobody
drinking,
expects you to be
you
with
name
Rick?
it. And that led to the divorce or the breakup. But I can't say anything about a man that's wronged me without you guys coming back. Well, but are you sure you didn't give him enough
Yeah,
love and compassion?
what's
I'm
your
like,
role in this?
what
Now,
crazy world am I living
this
in?
is where I'm going to stand up and say, listen, I have talked to you and said, of course, nobody expects you to be faithful to someone who's not faithful to you and be in a relationship with someone who's not committed to you. It's Afton and Mom that's been more that way.
Oh,
And I've
Mitzi,
seen
please.
Debbie sometimes.
You have said, "Oh, you're using this person, or
we're
you
going
use
Well,
like
so
this."
when you do go on these trips and any little thing, like the guy's like, get the cheaper dress, and you're that livid over that, I do think
Well,
that's
when
a
did
little.
that ever happen? I love it when
Just
you pull stuff out of the sky
finished
that
up
didn't
the
even
story. You
happen.
said the guy was buying you all these things because you're worth it. Because
Nobody
you
ever told
are
me to get
the
the cheaper dress. I don't
Okay,
know
so
what
Joe.
we're gonna have
stories
to like
you're
table
listening
this
to.
conversation offline because we get into these little side stories where
Yeah, because
Well,
it's
Mitzi
like
makes
little
up stuff in her
jabs.
listen,
head that's
we're
not
not fight
reality.
by
And then
grouping.
I have to exhaust myself correcting her.
To me
I
as
know.
a man hater because of what Jill does. I haven't lived the life
Why are we
Jill's.
going back to Mitzi again? We're not talking about you, Mitzi.
Okay, so no, she's just saying I misspoke about
Yeah, I'm
putting
I'm
allowed
both of
to do
talking
you
that.
in the same.
specifically about how you sisters you're not in my corner when I tell you about my failed relationships. Your brains automatically go, but what did you do, Jill, to pervert that? Or, aren't you doing more to make it work? And
I
I
will
think
all
all
that.
sisters
apologize.
do that on some level.
I'll
I mean,
apologize
we're all
right
going to do
now.
that.
That I'm sorry that I thought that you had any, fault in the failed relationships that you had.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so
You're a perfect person.
Joel,
See,
actually,
see
let's
that
just
I'm never saying I'm a perfect person, but did
You
I
do.
deserve to be hit? Did I deserve to be cheated on, Mitzi?
No,
Did I deserve to be lied to and to deal
no,
with someone's drinking and gaslighting and
no,
manipulating and him
no. I'm
being
not saying that.
phony?
I'm
Okay,
not
then
saying
don't
that.
say
I'm
abusive
arguing
things like, well, you're just perfect, I guess. Like, that's
I think
wrong.
Joel, we're
You
con-
because
go
Jill
to
just
church
thinks
every
someone
Sunday and you
literal
sit
of
there and cry because you're alone right now. And that's why you're alone, my friend, because you're a
oh,
mean person.
okay.
Don't
well, I
make
think
little digs at people like that. I've
well, I
never
think
ever pretended to be perfect, but you incite this. You incite anger and rage
Okay.
and heartache in people
Right.
because you
I'm the one
say
who
the most
sends out the
petty
random hate
things
texts and
okay.
lies to
that are
you.
just hurtful and wrong. And I don't know how you can do that and then turn around and say, "Oh, but I love you. I have unconditional love for you, and you should have that for me." I don't. I don't have unconditional love for people. I'm a fairness bird. If you love me, respect me, we will have the most beautiful life together. But if
Mm,
you're going to do that, dirty, I can't, I don't have the heart and spirit for it. I
All
will
right,
call you out.
okay.
Joel, we're gonna end this with just a small takeaway, a little
Probably
nugget of
for the best because
wisdom.
I'm
Do you want
getting
to just do you
heated.
want to just give our audience a little nugget of wisdom on how to manage, a family full of sisters, siblings?
Well, my outlets have always been music and singing. That's been very healing for me. Exercise, being out in nature, breathing, doing breath work,
That's good. Yes.
reading, journal writing. I'm more spiritual than I am religious. I like to research all the religions out there, but I don't really subscribe. And I do feel like I am constantly forgiving everybody, but I'm not going to let people get away with, like, I'm not Eleanor.
Right.
I'm
But
not going to let
show
people
us your
repeatedly do crap and no.
yes, and I agree with all those like techniques to keep yourself centered and happy and at peace.
But when we're done with our
Show us
squabbles, I still love everybody and I want the best for everyone and nothing but joys and
right.
comforts in this life.
Yeah,
So,
I
And
always wanted the best for all my siblings too.
show us our your funny side. What could you say that shows us your funny side
I don't
of
know.
your personality?
I don't know, but that is one thing we're very blessed at with our family here in my house. We laugh a lot and we're all funny. All four of us are funny, so we are very blessed. And I'm sorry I don't have like a joke to part with,
No, that's okay
but
because
thank you for acknowledging that because I do love that we all have a
yes,
sense of
because you
humor.
and
Yeah.
Rich always have some funny quips. Like one of them was Rich needed a ride home, and you said, "I'll be your Uber driver."
Yeah.
Oh, he has to pay me. He has to pay me and Sammy if we give him rides anywhere.
Well, Starbucks coffee and an Uber ride. Okay. Yeah. So that will help you to be happy and live a long life is to keep laughing. So
Yeah.
thanks, Jill, for joining out with us. We're hanging
All
out in the
right.
middle
Well,
of
thank
the
you for
day.
having me.
You're welcome. All
You guys
right.
have a
Have a
pleasant day.
You too,
You
Jill.
too.
We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Join us next time for more family stories and a whole lot of laughs rather than seriousness, where we're here in the Middle Sisters. Bye.
Ta-ta.